The air crackled strange last night, an anomaly I just couldn't ignore.
It's too hot, too isolated, too much energy to be anything natural. I've been tracking this heat signature for hours. It's centered right here.
Something crashed hard. The size of this impact site is worrying me.
It's a baby dragon, and that wing is bent at a bad, unnatural angle. I need to assess the situation. Trust the process, Alex. Take it slow.
Hey, buddy. Hey.
Look at that. The eyes are clouded with pain, but he's defiant still.
My biggest concern is infection, and I need a temporary stabilization splint and pain relief.
Just trying to help, little one.
No matter the risk, this is my ethical moment. I cannot leave a creature to die alone here. He resisted for a moment, but the pain is overriding his instincts to flee or fight. Almost done. Stay still for me, little guy.
The portable habitat will keep him warm and safe until we can get him back to the sanctuary.
A baby fire dragon, miles from anywhere. It goes against everything we know about their lore. The immediate future is focused on healing, but the bigger mystery is just beginning to unfold.
Here we go. Sanctuary life starts now, little one, and we're gonna trust the process.
Come on, buddy. First stop, the rehabilitation bay. We have to stabilize him before anything else.
First things first, assessment and hydration. The crash took a toll on his tiny body.
The field splint held, but it's a deep joint sprain. Full mobility will require weeks of work.
He's dehydrated and stressed, and a small, slow dose of nourishing serum is essential now.
Easy there, almost done.
Now for his long-term spot, the new heat-retaining enclosure, the Pyre Aviary.
This indoor 10 by 10 foot space has the crag, scorched earth, and the dormant pocket.
The dormant pocket is insulated, dark, and quiet, a crucial retreat for fire types.
He needs absolute rest. This dark, quiet space will encourage his natural healing cycle.
Get some rest, little fire.
While he rests, I dive into the ancient texts. Every clue can help his recovery.
Impulse flare, maiden flight.
Routine stabilizes quickly. Warm food, gentle physical therapy, and observation from afar.
Physical therapy is painful, but crucial. The goal is flexibility without re-injury or strain.
Good boy, you're doing so well, come on.
We finished the crag today, and it's a tiered structure perfect for sunbathing and elemental charging.
The first sign of life. Ignis has moved from the pocket to warm himself on the crag.
Oh, look at that.
He sees me, but there is no immediate aggression. Just quiet, exhausted acknowledgement.
Getting him stable for transport was the first hurdle. Now the real work of bonding begins.
I'm introducing an elemental play object, a test of his physical and cognitive engagement.
It's been 4 days of leaving food untouched. He's feeding, but only when I'm gone.
I know you're hungry, little guy. Come on out.
Today, he hesitated less. I stand motionless, offering only space and silence. Success. He's eating, which means his survival instincts are finally overriding fear.
Yes!
He finally lifted his gaze, a direct line of sight. This is the true moment of bonding.
I see the scar over his eye, a little mark of grit. I'll call him Ignis, Fire of the Phoenix.
Trust has changed the saturation of his scales, a sign of recovering elemental balance.
Ignis. That's your name, little one.
I try a gentle touch on his neck, offering affection rather than medication this time. Even with the injury, His body instinctively responds to that elemental energy exchange. Sketching Ignis's scale pattern and unique mark, every detail helps track his healing. Diamond scales, a perfect fire design. He finally engaged with the elemental toy. His instincts are returning, full of spark and fury.
Small wing stretches every hour. Slow, consistent care rebuilds strength and trust together. Patience and routine, that's the key now.
He finally sleeps without hiding, completely uncurled on the crag's warmest stone.
The trust is complete now. Sometimes, the simplest presence is the best medicine of all.
Rapid growth began immediately. My baby dragon was quickly becoming a boisterous juvenile. His increased size brings an emerging personality, impulsive, curious, and fiercely independent. He's getting too big for this space. Confinement is stressing the independence right out of him.
We need to expand. Now!
The healed wing is now fully mobile, but I worry about the psychological barrier from the crash.
We're moving him to the main aviary. I need to call Gust's keeper to coordinate the introduction.
Yes, please prep the sky element source now. Thanks.
The outdoor aviary is huge, 100 by 50 feet. Gust and Bean will help him integrate and explore. Ignis is overwhelmed by the sheer scale, a stark contrast to his small rehabilitation bay. Space demands flight, which is the very thing that traumatized him in the first place.
We probably could see it in the truck.
Bean, the Keelin, senses the tension. His goofy nature is often the perfect icebreaker for fire types. Gust, our griffin, provides a subtle challenge. A sky creature reminding a fire type of what he should be doing.
The stress of the new environment and the winged challenge is pushing him towards his first power.
An impulse flare. He couldn't control the thermal discharge. The power drained his energy fast.
Ignis, are you okay? Come on, buddy.
He scraped his tail in the fall, a minor injury, but a reminder of how quickly things can go wrong.
The stress was too high for his first day outside. It's a temporary retreat back to the familiar bay.
Back to the quiet, little guy.
He's recovering, but the fear I saw today makes me anxious. I need to find the right path forward.
What do we do now?
The answer had to be in the lore. I needed to look for anything that contradicted the maiden flight fallacy. Impulse flare requires elemental anchor.
A single mention of a legendary element, the Windstone, an elemental anchor, capable of stabilizing a nascent fire core.
The text led me to the abandoned SkyClan research facility. I had to find this Windstone. It was the only chance for Ignis.
I'll be back as soon as I can, buddy. Watch the fort.
The SkyClan facility was high up, built into the cloud layer, abandoned decades ago when the clan left.
The air inside was cold, dead. No elemental magic had pulsed here in a lifetime. Main research chamber, a graveyard of forgotten elemental experiments, all empty now. A faded mural of the Windstone, a spiraling crystal, surrounded by fire worms taking flight.
The stone is long gone, but the mechanism for holding it, the pedestal, is still here. It's heavy, locked.
The mechanism failed, but I saw a weak point. My scarred thumb found the hidden release. I was right. The collapse revealed a sublevel, a hidden vault, untouched for centuries.
There it is, the Windstone. A beacon of pure, latent sky magic. It's freezing cold, a perfect counterpoint to Ignis's volatile fire core. I have to get this back to him now.
The climb out is faster, energized by purpose. Ignis is waiting, and I can't fail him now.
He can sense the shift in the elemental currents. He knows something is coming, and his anxiety is spiking.
I'm running on pure adrenaline. I have to get to him before he pushes himself to another, more dangerous impulse flare.
Ignis, I'm here. I got it.
Transfer. The elemental anchor meets the volatile fire core. This has to work, or it will shatter both of them. The energy stabilized. The impulse flare is gone, replaced by a steady, gentle, soft orange heat. It worked! It worked! He's anchored now. The wings will follow. I know what he needs to overcome the fear. I need to fly with him.
Let's go fly!
I spent the night prepping the flight harness, a custom design, small enough for Ignis, strong enough for a two-person lift. A new level of trust. I'm attaching a harness to his uninjured side, preparing to lift him, and he lets me do it. The therapy needs to be holistic. I'll be the second wing, and the flight memory will return naturally.
He's not fighting the height, and he's fighting the memory of the fall. I need him to replace that image with safety.
Look down, little one. We're safe.
The first flight, suspended by trust and a harness. Ignis is flying, and he is safe, and we trust the process.
The psychological barrier is broken. Ignis is stretching his wings completely, ready to transition to
No more harness, it's time to take the training back outside, with the elemental anchors of Gust and Bean watching over him.
It's all you now, Ignis.
He instinctively tries the run and lift. The elemental energy is flowing, but the wing strength isn't quite there yet. The Gust watches, lending his subtle sky magic to the attempt, an elemental nudge to encourage the young one to climb higher. The subtle boost of sky magic gives him the lift he needs. He's off the ground and flying straight for the ceiling.
That moment when all the hard work pays off, the first independent, sustained flight is pure magic.
Yes, go, Ignis, go!
He flies figure eights, pure exuberance, replacing the memory of the fall. He is finally free of the trauma.
The flight completed the bond. He returned to me, safe, ready to move on to the next chapter of his life.
My work here is done. The little fire has his wings back, and he's ready to return home to his clan. I delivered Ignis back to the fireworm habitat. A brief, powerful chapter closed, and a little piece of my heart went with him.
The silence is jarring, but the work never stops. Another creature will need the same trust.
I keep the harness and the now dull windstone on the table, reminders of the little fire that taught me the true meaning of elemental anchor.
But the process is a cycle. I hear the heavy gate groan, and the next challenge rolls in. A Skyworm.
The cycle continues. A new creature, a new problem, and another chance to save a little magic from the impossible.
Let's go then.
The new case. A juvenile skyworm moved into the repurposed Cloud Element Bay, a habitat designed for vertical movement.
Eris, a powerful male but with a severe wing fracture. Trauma from a predator strike, not a fall. A fight for survival, not a failure of flight.
The traditional treatment for skyworms requires a colloidal paste of stardust bloom. Rare, highly volatile, and must be applied.
The primal instinct of flight trauma is the same for sky and fire, distance and avoidance. Eris won't let me near the injury.
I'm just here to help. Stay.
Force won't work. I need to find the access point, the one thing that will bridge the trust gap with a defensive skyworm.
Skyworms heal when they feel safe and ascend. I realize the habitat itself must be the treatment, not the medicine.
He instinctively begins to ascend, the uninjured limbs compensating perfectly, seeking the safety of elevation and above the fog line.
I realize I have to meet him there. I'll use the Skykeeper harness, but I must follow his ascent, not lead it.
Into the cloud bay, ascending into the unknown. To help a skyworm, you have to embrace their element completely. He senses my presence above the fog line. He stops, a challenge in his eyes, a classic skyworm territory defense.
I maintain eye contact, offering no threat, only stillness. Communication in their element requires trust, not words.
Trust is offered, not demanded. Eris leaves the safety of the rock to investigate the suspended intruder. The moment of access. He's distracted by the novelty of the suspension, and I have a clear shot at the injury.
Easy now, easy.
The elemental catalyst accepted. The alignment of the bone structure is correcting instantly, knit together by the sky magic.
Amazing. The bond is established. My work here is complete. The worm found its healing, not in medicine, but in a shared ascent. Another Wyrm is saved, and another scar is carried, and the price of elemental trust is always a piece of your...
3 months. Ignis and Eris are now thriving with their clans.
But the quiet never lasts. The cycle demands a new element, and a new life that needs saving.
A water Wyrm. Rare, fragile, and volatile. They need a unique kind of healing. Not flight, but flow.
The Water Bay, a circular pool with varying currents, designed to stimulate the Wyrm's intrinsic need for unbroken movement. This is a seizing, a paralyzing elemental panic that renders the Wyrm immobile, refusing the necessary flow of its element.
I need to introduce a counter-agent, Nastiata for seizing of Salt Bloom.
The trust window is small, a fraction of a second, my thumb on his scales, and the injection is done.
Salt Bloom forces the elemental flow. His body seeks the counterbalance of the water, breaking the seizing paralysis.
He's moving! Clear the area!
The pool's current stabilizes him. He's fighting the urge to stop, to seize, forcing the water flow to become his lifeblood.
The next step is the toughest, and the only way to solidify the healing is to introduce the legendary River Jewel, a permanent element.
The sunken shrine is miles offshore, deep beneath the currents. I am trading the mountains for the crushing pressure of the deep sea.
2 hours down. The pressure is immense. The journey is a test of my conviction to Aqua's healing. Sunken shrine, a relic of the ancient water clan, deep beneath the flow, waiting for its element to be reclaimed.
There it is, the River Jewel. The anchor of continuous flow, perfectly preserved.
The River Jewel, beautiful. The jewel retrieved. Its energy is constant, a perfect counter to Aqua's stagnant seizing.
The rush back is a blur. I hold the jewel tight, the weight of Aqua's recovery heavier than the pressure of the deep sea.
He senses the jewel's energy. His body reacts violently. A desperate surge against the current, risking a full seizing.
It has to be right now, before the panic locks him. I throw the River Jewel into the center of the flow. Anchor!
The final anchor holds. The jewel's constant flow replaces the chaotic current, calming Aqua instantly.
He's flowing again. The water worm is free of his stillness, restored by the perfect anchor.
Fire, sky, water. 3 elements, 3 anchors, 3 lives saved. And the keeper?
The Elemental Keeper.